based on true events. Well, not really, but that's what they say in the opening shot of The Strangers Pray at Night, which here I am. I've deciphered with quite a bit of just scouring the land and looking at cracks and tree lines that are overgrown and power lines, and I found where everything happened here at the trailer park. I'm going to go through this really quickly because I'm actually going to do a feature video on this trailer park property to cover every scene that happened here. It is now currently July 30th, 2023, and this is pretty much the heart of the summer, so everything's grown in. And I'm actually going to be back in Kentucky in about 3 months, at the end of October. So I think the foliage will expose trees and the tree lines more properly and everything for a better matching of scenes of what happened where and the angles, and I've got it all covered. So, but for now, just for the sake of this video and continuing, but this right here, this opening shot at night, of course, with all the movie lights and everything, and the mailboxes and whatnot. This was the Uncle Marvin's property to the left. This is where their trailer was. The gravel driveway was up here. They had the mailbox here, and that's where Marvin's trailer was.
What are you doing in my house?
All right, Covington, Kentucky. This brings us to our very first shot. Well, our very first shot after the intro in the trailer park. This is where we first see the title credits, the title sequence here, overlooking the Cincinnati skyline right there. The Strangers Pray at Night, right there. It's somewhat of a crane shot. You can see the structures below, just like that. Now this tree was not in frame. This was not there at the time. It's grown in. Just like that. Strangers Pray at Night. And then to our left is the house. This is the family house. Right on the corner. We got permission to get on the property and record. But this is where Kinsey is coming down this sidewalk right here with luggage. Now the shot is actually, you see that building right there, like so. You even have this bush to the right in frame, just like that. Now the family van is parked right here, and the dad comes down from the steps, obviously, and parked right here. It's kind of a zoom in. Got one window in frame. The house, the neighboring house right there. Kind of like that. And he's putting in the luggage. They're getting ready to take off. Now when they do take off, there is this crane shot of the street and the van taking off that way, and it looks like it's about right here. It all happened right here, yeah. What else can I say? So this is a beautiful little corner spot. There's the address there, but with a little research you can find the actual street name. Covington, Kentucky. Right there is the overlook. Beautiful Cincinnati skyline. So we're gonna get a couple stills and get out of here and move on to what would be the next location is going to be the baseball park. It's literally right down the road, and then we're going to go to the trailer park where all the bad shit happened and things got strange.
Over here in this driveway. And they had this long bed, this camera that just rotated everywhere. It was amazing. Yeah.
Did they bring a crane in for shots to there or back down the street?
It wasn't a crane, it was an arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually pivoted up and swerved all the way around.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah, they got my cars and everything in the house and everything.
Did you guys inside like in the windows watching when they were filming?
Oh, we were on the porch.
Yeah.
But they actually were.
Yeah.
They actually filmed inside this house.
Did they?
They redid the house just.
In the bedroom scene, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movie?
Fan of the movie at all?
Well, we were supposed to get a free copy of it,
Never did get it?
and then never did get it.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Well, that's nice.
So did you drive up from Texas?
He flew from Texas. I drove from Florida. It was about a 5-hour drive.
So what are you doing?
They got a event in Falmouth today. So the movie they filmed here, the three bad guys from that movie are going to be there, sign autographs, and they're going to do a showing of the movie outside, and you get to swim in the pool from the movie. And they have, I think they're doing a campfire Q&A at night, and then we camp there, which it might be miserable, but yeah.
Because the movie's filmed in 3 different spots, like.
Yeah, it was filmed here, it was filmed out by the airport, and then it was filmed over in Falmouth.
Yeah, so Falmouth is where the event is, and the actors are going to be there.
This is where it started.
Right.
This is where he comes out of the bedroom. And
Exactly.
it took him like 6 tries to get the suitcases right.
Is that right? Wow.
It was fun.
Well, thanks again.
That would be fun, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to take some pictures when we out of here. Thank you very much.
So here's another view of the neighborhood from the neighbor's house to the movie house and the end of the street. And then back down. Just kind of show you more of the area. It's pretty humid out here. July in Covington. So just down the road, this next spot, maybe a mile or so, literally down the road, is the baseball field. And this is where the parents pick up the son, more so the mom. And she's, this shot's from within the car, and you can see the curvature of the lot there, and the boy and his friends there. And just like that, she says, come on, you're going to be late, we're going to be late. He's like, well, we just started this game, something to that effect. And as you can see, the lot is pretty. It must have had some rain lately because the lot is pretty muddy. Now this other shot is from down there. He's saying goodbye to his friends right up against the backstop. And again, the house is just right over there, around the corner. It took us 2 minutes to get here from the house. So geographically, this would be correct, where the son would play baseball if he actually lived here in Covington. So yeah, this is the shot where the guy, I forget his name, But the son is saying goodbye to his buddies right there from the backstop. Right there. I just avoided the mud entirely. Kyle said, fuck it. The strangers too pray at night, baseball field. Nothing much else to it. All right, moving on into Florence, Kentucky. You might recognize this diner, Filmore's Dairy Hunt. This is the next location. After the family leaves the house, they stop to have a bite to eat at this diner. At the time, it was open from 10 to 10 or 10:30 to 10. Now they close at 9, which is in about 25 minutes. But I wanted to show this exterior shot. So we have this entry shot here. They park right to where that table is here. And there's a truck, where my thumb is, parked right on the other side of the Filmore sign here. Now from across the street, pulled in, kind of like so, but probably even more so, with a zoom lens, you've got the start of a slow zoom with the daughter leaned up against the van, right about, again, parked right here, smoking a cigarette, and the mom comes out and joins her. And you do see the beams of the sign right here. And you know it's a slow zoom because, as you can see now in the movie, there are cars passing in front of the camera, and they do a good job by eliminating their sound and only focusing on the sound of the dialogue between the characters, which is taking place way over there. She's sending her off to boarding school. It's just a very somber period for the family. Here's a closer look. I'm in the middle of the street now. No traffic, so I'm able to get this. But the van would have been right there. As you can tell, there's no parking allowed today. I don't know if that's like during the summer or what, but those tables are still there. Like you could still see tables there in the movie as well. So interestingly enough, they did film inside, but they didn't film inside. So the interior shots of the family are actually shot from outside, and the family sat at this third table there. It's 3 tables there, but the shot is from outside because you can see the trim of the building. So it's like so. If anything, it's zoomed in more like this. And you can see them just like this. See the trim on the bottom? Just like that.
You want me to go get her?
Just punishing us.
Okay, now before we get out of here, now that the sun has fallen, I'm going to show you what this looks like at night properly. At least in real life. Here is the establishing shot I was pointing out earlier. Very wide. You get the entire building in, actually. Just like that. And that's it for Filmore's Dairy Hut. Florence, Kentucky. Moving on to the next Strangers 2 Pray at Night location. So if you haven't already picked up already, I'm doing my best to try to present to you these locations in the order that they appeared in the film. Now, this footage is actually from a whole other location that we'll go deeper into at the end of the video. But for now, in the next shot in the movie is this shot here. It's the establishing shot introducing the Gatlin Lake Park, or where they're going to go, where the family's going to stay. It's the fictional Gatlin Lake. The signs there says Gatlin Lake Park welcomes you or whatever. That bridge no longer exists. This is what's there now. So there's no way to match that up. But we did go out there to cover it, and we'll get back to this location at the end, because this is where the finale takes place as well.
There isn't anybody here.
I think everybody leaves after Labor Day. The office is a little further down.
Okay, so now we're at the Kincaid State Park, I believe, in Falmouth, and this is the front office of Gatlin Lake Park in the movie. The first time we see it is at night. They pull up right here, and Cindy, right, Christina Hendricks, gets out of the car. Right here, you see her come out at that shot. That's where she gets the note from Uncle Marvin. But the smiley face is the hint that it's not from Uncle Marvin, actually. It's from one of the strangers. So like I was saying, the table was originally there, but since it's here now, it's the same table. And the note was right here, approximately right there. Okay, so this is footage from the following morning. No one was there. We were on our way out. I just wanted to show you guys the front of the office with nobody there. We're going to come back to this location because obviously we see this again later on when Pinup is hiding up against one of the windows with Luke. There's an action sequence in there. So we'll come back to this location later on in the video. Again, I'm trying to show this to you in the order that these locations appear in the film. Another thing to note is this location is depicted as the same location of the trailer park, which is in Hebron, Kentucky. But in reality, this is the front office for the Lake Kincaid State Park in Falmouth, Kentucky. Those two locations are an hour away, give or take. So you would never know this. You see the family driving around in the trailer park, and she's like, just around the corner is the front office. No, it's not. It's an hour away in a whole nother town. I just thought I'd point that out. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so here we are. Believe it or not, we're about 15 minutes into the film. There's a lot to cover. 15 minutes into the film, we finally get to here where the family arrives at their room or trailer number 47.
They left a note, said they'd see us in the morning. We're staying at number 47.
And they are there at this location for about 45 more minutes we have basically 45 minutes of the movie set at this one location. So there's a lot to cover at this trailer park location. So I'm going to do that, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video. I'm going to do that in a separate feature video covering everything that happened in the trailer park. So look out for that in an upcoming video. But for now, I'm just going to show you, because this is the very first spot, if you will, where we see characters actually kind of settle in to the trailer park. This is where the family pulls in to where they're staying. So this is where the truck would have been coming toward us, or the van, sorry, and they make a right into this lot, this empty lot, which is now, that's all it is today. Production completely dressed this to make it look like an active trailer park. So we're going to end the sequence for this video at this location. We're going to jump 45 minutes into the film. We're going to go back to the office and show you shots from the inside of the office where we see Pinup. Luke is going to go to the office and call for help. And at that point, he's going to go into the second biggest location in the film, which is the pool. So let's cut to those locations next. And like I said, there will be a separate feature video that's going to cover everything that happened here in the trailer park. Look out for that upload coming next. Depending on when you watch this, it might already be uploaded. So watch that next after you watch this one. Now, her and her brother, Luke, are sitting over here. And you've got this shot of her. I believe she's sitting on that exact table. I do. Okay, so like I was saying, this is the tables that Kenzie was sitting on because they match. I'm in the prime zoom right now, but she's sitting here, and out that way you see this pole on the right part of the frame, and you see the slides. This table was actually out front here where now these benches are. So there's a shot right there. And while they're sitting on the table smoking, they're right in front of the restrooms, which I don't remember seeing the men and women signs, but what you can see in the close-up is the light to the left of the door matches just there. Again, the table would have been right in front of me, which is that one. Alright, so this shot here is of Luke. Close zoomed in shot of Luke. There's a slide, both slides, and Luke is going out that way. And it's about right there. There you go. Okay, hopefully that last segment wasn't too confusing. Basically, I took a couple of clips from the visit to the children's park in Lake Kincaid State Park. This is all the same location where the office is, where the pool is, and now the children's park. That's the first time we see it, right? Because Luke goes after Kenzie, and they share a brother-sister chat. After that, we're back at the trailer park, which, again, we're going to cover in another separate video, if you want to watch that after this. And the mother gets killed. So we're going to skip over that. Kenzie takes off. And now the dad and Luke are looking for Kenzie. And we're about to catch up with where Kenzie ended up being, which is back at the children's park. So it's a different scene back at the children's park. So I'm going to cut to that footage now. And again, this is all for the sake of trying to present these locations to you in the order that they're shown in the movie. All right, so further in Kincaid State Park, we find ourselves in the playground area. When Kenzie's running to the playground, this is a running shot from this direction. they brought in their own movie light, or they probably used that pole and put in their own light. They set up these like drain pipes, if you will, as a plot device to have Kinsey hide from a man in the mask who's chasing her. He comes barreling through the truck here, and these drain pipes are like, I'm calling them drain pipes because for lack of correct terminology, we're right in these wood chips area. We've got this shot here of Kinsey going right into the pipe. There's your slide. It matches up perfectly, and it would have been right there. This is that on the left, this angle right there. There's that slide right there. And then she runs across, you see that, and then she goes into the drain pipe there. Now she's going to meet Miss Pinup Girl in the drain pipe, but this is about where the tube, the Pinup Girl, right there, and she says,
But
we're just getting started. We're just getting started. This is the angle approximately where Luke enters, and then he'll eventually get this golf club, run into Pinup, who's hiding in the shadows in the corner, escape. Well, we'll cut and then be over there coming out of the employees only door in the pool. It starts that whole sequence. Okay, right here, this window here is, I gotta back up. It's kind of hard to get this shot, but this window here is where the brother is standing here. There was a cooler here, cooler there, and then Pinup Girl was right here in the corner. Like that. So again, this is where the table would have been, and this is the window. The table would have been there. The note would have been found here. There's a window. Luke's right here, and you can see a cooler right there. It's pretty much a shot right there with Luke at the table. And of course, like I said, Pinup Girl was hanging right here. She was hiding in the shadows, and then the Luke was at the window there. Stuff has been moved around. Like I said, it was originally over here, but now it's over there, and you can see it's the same desk. That's pretty much it for the inside of this. Got a lot of people looking at me, so we're gonna get out. Well, as I was saying before, we were actually in town that weekend for an event at Kincaid State Park there in Falmouth. Part of that was being able to stay on the grounds at Kincaid Lake and swim in the pool. The pool that was used and filmed in Stranger's Parade Night. So here is some footage I'm just going to put together in a kind of a montage style to show you, just to use it, right? Before we get in and break down all of the scenes that happened here at this pool location. Yes, we did get to have photo ops with Damien Maffei. We got to meet all three strangers, and we had a special photo op with Damien here. That is the guy that played the man in the mask in the film, and we got to pose with him like Luke, like when he stabs Luke in the pool, and he told us all the stories about how they did it and how they released the blood in the pool. It was really cool. So enjoy the rest of this footage, and then we'll get to breaking down all the shots that happen here at this pool location.
really great day. We've had a beautiful day. Let's give one last round of applause for the strangers. Thank you for coming out. Yeah.
The next morning after the event brings me back to the pool. We wanted to come back and because there are so many people here, the public and the event gathering, we wanted to come back and just be able to get our shots, line up our shots without anybody in them. And so the park management just gave us full access, so before we took off. So I'm going to start with the very first shot that we see the pool, and this is right here. We see Lewis Pullman, Luke, come out of the employees only door. Now the scene prior to this, he obtains the golf club from the office of the park, which is over there. So he's inside there, gets away from pinup, gets a golf club, and cut, and he's now coming through the employee's door of the pool. Now the wide shot is here because you do see this blue sign and a paper here. Now this is the movie shot. As you can tell, they had the gate closed, and I just talked to one of the staff, and they said that that was one of their pool closed signs, which obviously is no longer there. But as you can see, the water fountain matches. So Luke comes out here, and as he's like, what's going on? The lights have just come on, the music just kicks on. It looks pretty awesome. He's right here at the golf club, and right behind him comes running pinup, and that shot is taken from way over here. So the director wanted a really big pool, and I think they achieved that. So you have this wide shot like this, the lights all here, and out comes running Pinup, like full speed. We were talking to Leah, who played her. She actually does stunts. She's a stunt performer originally, and she said she came around the corner and she gave it her all, just sprinting. Well, the story's in the video footage that I'm going to upload as a separate video, behind the scenes filming stories. But anyway, right there, Lewis has a real golf club. He swings at her and just misses her and nicks her mask. And boom, right there. It's such a cool shot because it starts really wide like this, and you can hear her running. So there's that shot. So Luke is here. He swings. She falls and lands exactly right here. There you go. Now this is the shot when her eyes open. Her eyes are closed at first, and then she opens her eyes, and it's kind of like in the shot, it's shot in like a jump scare, and that's when Lewis starts to wail on her, and obviously, you know, that's the end of Pinup. I'll bring in some shots of Leah in costume doing photo ops here. That was really cool. It's really surreal to see.
Yeah. So we figured it out. Like your head, I think is pretty much. I mean, you don't have to be on the ground if you want to.
No, that's the point. Dead on the ground.
Yeah, your head is right
there.
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
Alright.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think you're just this way.
Oh yeah, no. That's right.
Oh damn, my
continuity
is
I did actually fall this way, and then they had a stand-in go this way, and so they swapped it. But when it actually hit, I came around and went, whoo, bam, that way. So we'll go the way they actually.
So this is her actual costume from the film, you guys. Like this is so cool. Okay, cool. I guess. What's like the angle? Yeah, so she's dead. I was trying to do it like this, and you kind of like video.
Oh, here's a shot of Lewis Pullman, wailing on her. Right here. And then, just moments later, we hear the scraping of the infamous man in the mask axe. Try saying that fast. Man in the mask axe. And we get this cool shot. We see him come around the corner, and then we get this cool reverse that's really low. I mean, you can actually see what looks to be like a cut right there in the concrete. Now, that would be cool to find that. Hey, Kyle, I know this could take forever, but here's a little detail where his axe is. Look at that, right where the blade is on the ground.
The chip.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool to find? I mean, again, needle in the haystack at this point, but because we know he was around here, you know. Yeah, I mean, you think so? It's possible.
That's only a crack or a little divot I see in the concrete.
Yeah.
Did it match it?
It's really hard because look at the lighting, and then they wet the. It's at night, and they wet it, and Can't even see it on the camera. Right there. Right there. So again, it's a low shot, and it's focused on the axe, which is on the ground, and his foot. Getting the precise camera positioning is nearly impossible. You have to find that exact crack, and we are not going to spend the time to do that this morning, unless we just stumble on it. But right now, that doesn't look like that's happening. So, focus on the axe. You've got this in the background. Okay, so this other shot is actually from this angle. It's really close, because you can see the corner of the pool here. Now, this stuff here was not here at the time, and where the sun is right now is not really helping with showing you. This is a shot of Luke still straddling over Pinup that he just killed, and then right here is Man in the Mask. So now we're around this stuff, and then you've got Luke and Man in the Mask right there, about to face down. Now Luke gets up, and there's this shot here. I don't think I have the picture, but it's from here, and Luke says, "I just killed one of yours. How do you like it? How do you like that? How do you fucking like that? Or how does that fucking feel?" Or something like that.
I killed one of yours. How's that feel, huh? How does that fucking feel?
Right here. And that's when you got this badass action scene, which is, I believe it's shot like that. But it starts from here. And he's just wailing on him, like he's just swinging the axe. They're tussling here, and they eventually fall right in the middle of the pool here. And then you have an underwater guy, a camera guy, doing his thing, all the shots. And eventually the knife gets loose. Luke drops it. Man in the Mask eventually gets it. And back over here, we have this cool wide. This is where we did the photo op yesterday with Damien. So Luke is getting away. Damien, Man in the Mask, is right behind him. Eventually catches up to him, and this eventually happens. Right there. In the other video, Damon explains how he busted the blood bag that was attached to the back of Lewis Pullman's back. Took a bit of more effort than Damien thought, but that's how they made him bleed in the pool. And believe it or not, they had to reset and do a couple of takes of that. Took a lot of, well, you can hear that in the other video, but yeah, it took a lot of people waving, like just trying to get the blood out of the water for resets. But here's another cool shot. It's from the side, and it is kind of zoomed in like so. So at that point, Lewis is bleeding out. Luke bleeding out, and it's all tight shots. So underwater camera guy's right on him, and he's making his way just kind of back, floating that way. The music is blaring, and then he's kind of going in and out underwater. Then you hear his sister, or you hear a female voice and realize it's actually Kinsey, and she is on this other side, and there's Kinsey, and she's pulling him up, and they reunite. But right there, see the gate and everything. And that pretty much ends this whole sequence here at the pool. I think I covered everything. But what an experience. This event was more than I ever thought it could have been. Being able to hang out with the cast. Leah was sitting right there pretty much for a couple hours and just telling stories to fans, and she was actually in The Walking Dead and a bunch of other stuff. She was a walker. Emma, that played Dollface, she and I did a photo there where she slits my throat. That was fun. And of course the photo op with Damien right there. Killer, like literally. And there's a wide shot of the pool. This is it. This is the Strangers to Pray at Night pool. Looked a lot cooler in the movie, obviously, with the palm tree lights and the music, and just a badass scene. I really enjoyed the movie, to be honest with you. It's good for its reasons. The first one's good for its originality, but there you go. Wide shot. Up high. Okay, about an hour southeast of from Kincaid State Park, where we just left, is where the Farmer Bridge was in the movie. The bridge no longer exists, and we were just told that the bridge actually curved like this. So it actually, the original road, the bridge, that's gone too. So this whole road is new. So not only is the bridge gone, but the road, part of the bridge is destroyed, and this is all new, replaced. The original bridge went this way, and it curved and it connected here. Well, you'd see Bailey, Kenzie, running toward the bridge, and the road curved. See, as you can tell, right there, you can tell this is new road. So this is the original road, and it would have connected with the original road at the time and curved, and that's where she would have went onto the bridge. This is another shot of her when the man in the mask is chasing her. But none of the ground that I'm actually walking on is the ground that the actors walked on. This is all new construction. So even without the actual bridge, the siding part of the bridge, whatever you want to call it, I couldn't even match these to the ground, because the ground's not even accurate. The ground is new. So the ground that you see Bailey laying on here, all the action, the road that the truck's on and everything, doesn't exist anymore. It was destroyed. It was part of this road extended on. So here's a reverse. So yeah, it would have curved this way. This is all gone, and it would have gone this way. Now, a theory is the original bridge would have connected kind of like over there. That would kind of make sense. This is all new, so this has nothing to do with the movie. So it's pretty much all you can do as far as this location goes. Now this angle would have been more for this, yeah. So for the sake of just being here and pretending that this was the actual road that Bailey was on the ground and running for her life in fear, you could Now this photo's cropped out. You can see rails, I believe, in the actual shot, guardrails, but you could do this and try to fake a match like that. But again, this ground has nothing to do with the movie, so it's kind of a moot point. Same for this. But I got a vehicle coming, so that's gonna be it for this location. Gonna get out of here. Yeah, that's it for this. Is outside of Maysville, Kentucky. This is Davis Lane and Polecat, I think is the intersection. If you ever want to come check it out. Not much to look at though.